with another video that's major. What's good with my rages? It's your boy Rage Man Reg here with another video for y'all on this bright, vibrant, radiant Friday morning, man. I'm feeling good today, you know what I'm saying? Grades just got updated, them looking good. I got a week and a half or so before I graduate from college, so I'm feeling good about that. You know, I'm still applying for jobs in my field, so I'm anticipating responses in the coming days, you know, so I'm just feeling good about that. And I told y'all we coming back from in my last video, we coming back from Thanksgiving break, so I just want to refresh y'all with some news, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just come with y'all, come and deliver a new video for y'all. So y'all read the title, man. You know what this video is about. It's the video is titled Exceptions for Exceptional People. So let's just talk about that. In the world, we all know that the world is not fair. You know, the world is not fair, and I think that's a good thing because that makes people strive. It can make people strive for more. You know what I'm saying? And let me give you an example of exceptions for exceptional people. Let's say you're a student in a class and you've been acing every homework assignment, every in-class work assignment, every exam, and the other students haven't been up to par in their grades and in their work. So that one passing student at the end of the semester, when the finals comes, doesn't have to. What's this behind my car? Man, you better get your nose ass on. Anyway, why the fuck they so close to my car? But anyway, when the finals comes, shit, my bad, they didn't threw me off. When finals comes, that passing student doesn't have to do an assignment. So that's an exception. That's an example of exceptions for exceptional people. Now, things can be fair, can be unfair in a just way, and things can be fair and an unfair in an unjust way. So this point of this video is to acknowledge the unjust perspective of exceptions for exceptional people. And this video is starring no one other than Mr. LeBron James, the superstar player of the Los Angeles Lakers, four-time NBA champion, four-time regular season MVP. So we gonna get into it, man. So let's just read this little article I got up on my laptop real quick. It is from Fox 4 News, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna drop this link in the I'm gonna just drop this link in the description if y'all wanna read it. So let's get to it. LeBron James tests positive for COVID-19. Misses Tuesday game report. LeBron James has tested positive for COVID-19. It was ruled out for the Los Angeles Lakers' game against the Sacramento Kings on Tuesday night. This was this past Tuesday, which they won the game in dominant fashion. According to reports from TMZ, James tested positive Tuesday afternoon and has been placed in NBA's health and safety protocols. Reports say that he's currently asymptomatic. TMZ Sports reported that James tested positive using a lateral flow test. A follow-up PCR test came back negative, but then a third tiebreaker came back positive. So, what it just said, he tested positive for COVID two times. James is likely looking at a minimum of 10 days away from the Lakers unless he returns 2 negative PCR tests in a 24-hour span. Being placed in the NBA's virus protocols almost certainly means James, who earlier this season that he is vaccinated, either tested positive for COVID-19 or had an inconclusive result. The news that he is missing that time on the same day that the NBA underscored its previous recommendation, echoed by the National Basketball Players Association, that coaches and players who are vaccinated receive a booster shot as soon as possible. The NBA, in a memo obtained by the Associated Press, also told its teams Tuesday that it has documented 34 cases in which a fully vaccinated player, coach, or staffer had a breakthrough case of COVID-19. The league has said about 97% of players are fully vaccinated. Brooklyn's Kyrie Irving, who has not played this season because of his status, is among the exceptions. Other NBA stars have already missed a couple of games this season after testing positive, including Philadelphia's Joel Embiid, who missed out 3 weeks dealing with the virus. Tuesday's game marks James's 12th absence in the Lakers' first 23 games this season. He missed 10 games because of injuries and another because of another one because of his first NBA suspension of his 19-year career. He's averaging 25.8 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 6.8 assists this season. If he's only out for 10 days, he would miss at least 4 games. Okay, so y'all just read that this past Tuesday, LeBron James was diagnosed with COVID-19. He tested positive 2 times. So, you know, as times go on, days progress, news changes. And yesterday, we got some big news. So let's read this second article. This second article is from ESPN, and the title says, Los Angeles Lakers' LeBron James clears health and safety protocols after returning negative tests. Now, we just read that anybody who tests positive can still play if they return 2 negative tests in a 24-hour span. So let's go on and read this article. This is from Dave McMenamin, ESPN staff writer. Los Angeles LeBron James has been cleared to return to the lineup for the Lakers' game against the LA Clippers on Friday, which is today. I might watch that game because I am a Clippers fan and I want to see them beat their ass, or I'm definitely watching that Suns-Warriors game. Drop in the comment below who you got winning the Lakers-Clippers game and who you got winning the Suns-Warriors game. James has returned James has returned 8 negative tests since returning to Los Angeles on Tuesday afternoon, sources told ESPN. After the Lakers' star returned an initial positive test for COVID-19 in Sacramento on Tuesday morning, the Lakers chartered an airplane to fly James to Sacramento back to LA, sources said. In the days following Thanksgiving, the league introduced more rigorous testing with its teams, hoping to monitor any cases that could have surfaced from players expanding their circles around the holiday. In a statement on Thursday, the league said James did in fact test positive, and the NBA detailed the chain of events that led to him missing the Kings game and being reinstated. James was originally placed in protocols Tuesday, November 30th, after a series of tests delivered conflicting results, including an initial positive test they collected on November 29th. Additional testing confirmed that it was not a positive case, the league said. In accordance with protocols, an inconsistent testing practice that has been in place since the 2019-2020 season restart in Orlando, the bubble. The sample that produced the initial positive test was rerun twice and returned 1 negative and 1 positive on the result of 2 different PCR instruments. As a result, James underwent additional testing on November 30th, with 1 test returning a negative result and the second returns clinically inconclusive result. The Lakers beat the Kings without James 117-92 and had an off day on Wednesday, during which James took... Oh my God. Damn ad. Oh, that shit scared the hell out of me. Hold on. The Lakers beat the Kings without James 117-92 and had an off day on Wednesday, during which James took to Twitter to hint off of his displeasure with protocols. He said he's good. Anthony Davis went to say after the Kings game, "I think he's asymptomatic, which is a good sign, but we want to make sure that he gets back. Health is most important. This is bigger than basketball. He has a family. We want to make sure he's good no matter what." James did not practice with the Lakers on Thursday as the health and safety protocols require him to be isolated from the team until returning 2 negative tests within a 24-hour window. Shortly after the Lakers practice, James posted a story to his Instagram account showing his dog laying in the house, peering out the window with his company caption, "Mood." I saw that yesterday. Even if I despise LeBron James, I don't hate him, because I consider hate being an incontrollable emotion. I despise him, so. But we finna get to that. James revealed on Lakers Media Day in late September that he had received the COVID-19 vaccine. He is double vaccinated. He's already missed 12 games of the Lakers' 23 games because of injuries and a suspension. LA is 7-4 with James this season and 5-7 without him. The Lakers James is averaging 25 points, 25.8 points, 6.8 assists, 5.2 this season. This is 19th season in the NBA. So, we just read both of those. We just read both of these articles, you know. Let me move this phone, bro. Read it right here. We just read both of these articles, correct? And let's go into the analysis. So, the article said that LeBron James tested positive 2 times. 2 times. Excuse me. And you have to test negative twice. You have to return 2 negative tests in a span of 24 hours. He did that. But my thing is, where was this treatment for Chris Paul in the NBA Finals? He was also asymptomatic in the NBA Finals, and he had to miss at least 10 days, I believe. But luckily, it was a gap between the Western Conference Finals and the NBA Finals, with them against the Clippers, then them facing the Bucks in the finals. So he was able to make the finals. My thing is, where was that for him? Did he have an opportunity to turn in 2 negative tests? No. Last season, who else? What other team got hampered in the playoffs by COVID? I think it was the Celtics. The Celtics, they got hampered with COVID last year. Like they just said in the article, Joel Embiid been out for 3 weeks. The 76ers are fucking ass right now. Like, where was this treatment for Joel Embiid? You know what I'm saying? And I just find it fishy how he tests. I mean, they saying inconsistent results. He tested positive twice. Now, I understand he came back with the 2 negative tests, but it said he came back with 6 more negative tests. Now, in the shoes of LeBron James, that makes sense because he wants to prove that he doesn't have it. But when a test says you tested positive twice, then it says you tested negative 8 times, we have to ask, what's the process of this testing? They said PCR. I don't know what that is because at this moment, I'm not vaccinated. And I don't plan on getting vaccinated. But what's the process? What are the procedures of this testing? Because it seems kind of faulty if a person could test positive twice, then come back with 8 negative tests. You know what I'm saying? I think if you test positive 2 times, I agree with that protocol. If you test positive 2 times and you come back negative, two and you come back with 2 negative tests in a 24-hour window, you can come back. But this should be for everybody. This should be for everybody, asymptomatic or not. LeBron James or not. It's either for everybody or for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because the NBA wants the Lakers to have at least home court advantage in the playoffs. Without LeBron James, y'all just heard it. They 7-4 with him. They 5-7 without him. Without him, they probably making the play-in as a super team. The LA Flamers, the Los Angeles Flamers, the Last Resort Lakers as a super team making the play-in. So this is it all goes into business. This is not just about COVID. COVID, while it is real, these people are using it for political gain also. Political gain, competition gain, well, potential competition gain, because the Lakers, they like 10th in their conference right now. So yeah, but what else? I posted earlier this morning, I posted a post on my Instagram page that said, it was a post from this lady that said LeBron James just caught COVID-19 and he's double vaccinated, but the news really doesn't cover it because I guess vaccinated people who still caught COVID doesn't matter. And I agree with that, with her take. But my caption was, I was surprised the media didn't talk about him unprecedentedly recovering from this virus so fast, because y'all know the league loves to talk about how in shape this 37-year-old man is. And you know, he has a biochemist on his payroll, so you know, he got the supplements to keep them all healthy, and I'm surprised they didn't really talk about that much, you know what I'm saying? So, talking about, the NBA wants all their players to get vaccinated, 97% of them are, but I don't hear any of the analysts, quote unquote analysts, pundits, analysts, journalists, real journalists like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, who've been pawned out and compromised their integrity for the bread. I haven't heard them say anything about vaccinated people catching it. This is a topic that should be discussed. The testing procedures. This is a topic that should be discussed. Why is it not being discussed? Why is Joel Embiid taking a full 3 weeks? I mean, he was honestly sick. He was really sick. He said he didn't think he was going to make it. But why is that strictly enforced on other players, but it's loopholes for others? Like, dude, this is why I don't like LeBron James, bro. He gets away with too much shit. And this is what I said on this post also. I said either those same biochemists healed him hella fast, or he lied alongside the NBA that he had it initially, and they just tried to either the NBA tried to find either he has COVID and the NBA wants him back in, either he has COVID or the NBA wants him to play because they want the Lakers to make the playoffs with preferably home court advantage, or he lied about having COVID to load manage this current abdominal injury that he's still recovering from, that takes at least 4 to 8 weeks to recover from, and he came back early and re-aggravated it. So either way, he's either being covered up by the NBA that he has COVID as a double vaccinated person, or he lied about having it to load manage so he can when he come back he can rest off this injury. So this is not the first time LeBron James has lied and has gotten away with it. This dude is a known liar. This dude is a pathological liar. For example, I just gave you the example of I said exceptions are for exceptional people. Chris Paul, the president of the NBA Players Association himself, couldn't even do that. He had to sit out NBA Finals last year. Even the president of the Players Association couldn't do that. But LeBron could. But let me give y'all some other instances where LeBron James has lied and gotten away with it. But other players have done similar things. And, or other people have done similar things and had way worse consequences. One of the more semi-recent instances is where LeBron James in 2017, during the 2017 finals, where he was playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, facing the super team, the fellow super team Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant. He alleged that somebody spray painted the N-word on his privately secured Beverly Hills mansion. Now we all know that you can't hide from nothing in this era. This ain't the 90s. You can't get away with the M-word scot-free like you could back then. You can't hide. You just got to come to grips that if you try to get off the grid, it's some way you're going to get found. So we see no pictures. We see no videos. When this first came out, they said they painted over it before anybody could even see it. That sound way off. That sound way off. To this day, we have seen no proof that this has happened. Even the Los Angeles police has said this was one of the many false racist, race baiting stories of that time. And to this day, we have seen nothing about it. This story has been swept under the rug. LeBron James is still not mentioned that to this day. So let's give an example of where somebody did something similar to this and got way worse consequences. Y'all remember Jussie Smollett? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Jussie Smollett? The black dude that's really not black, but his dad is Jewish and his mom is black, so he really just a dark-skinned white dude. Jussie Smollett, the dude who claimed he got attacked by two MAGA supporters or Trump supporters or whoever, but it turned out to be two Nigerian dudes that really jumped him and they set the whole thing up. He's getting criminally charged for that. And I just read, and ironically and crazily enough, I just read this a couple of days ago. Something about his trial being resumed or something like that. So he's still facing the consequences of that to this day. And people, the crazy thing about that was you had a lot of black people supporting this dude, and he lied, and they were still supporting. They ain't say nothing. And crazy thing is that you got black people supporting this dude who ain't even black. He look black, but he not black. His daddy is white. His CLI is white. His mama is black. That don't make him black. You or whatever your father is. So that was crazy. That's crazy. You got LeBron James who literally lying to the police and the public. Ain't nothing happened. Jussie Smollett, he ain't on the level of LeBron James, but when Empire was popular, Jussie Smollett was pretty popular. And he's getting criminally charged for that. And he's facing the consequences to this day. Let me give you another example. When he lied in 2017, the following year, the Cleveland Cavaliers face the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals and get swept 4-0. Quickie. It was a quickie. They lost quick. He lied about breaking his hand in that game one after J.R. Smith. We all know what J.R. Smith did. He thought it was he thought he meant I guess, I don't know what he was doing. He ran off and basically he dribbled out the clock when he was really supposed to get a shot up. And LeBron James was pissed off and punched the whiteboard in the back. And he had 50-plus points, and it went to overtime, and they lost even after he had an extra quarter to perform. So he quit after that happened. So after they got swept, he wanted to use an excuse so it wouldn't make him look bad that he got swept for the second time in the NBA Finals. He lied. He had a little those soft casts. He had one of those soft casts on his hand and said his hand was basically broken. to this day, no x-rays, no official diagnosis, basically broken. I have no idea what that means. Does a doctor say your hand is basically broken when you get shot right here in the arm, dead right here in the shoulder? Oh, you got basically shot. You got basically shot. You basically shot, bro. So you don't even gotta worry about it. You're basically shot. And let's go to an instance where a player did this and got way more scrutiny. But it was a lesser degree. I forgot what playoff series it was. It was the Boston Celtics. Paul Pierce. He faked an injury. A leg injury or something like that. I think it was a playoff game. And he got wheelchaired off the court to the back. And eventually he came back and played. Years later, it was revealed by him that he said he had to poop. And you know, NBA fans, viewers, whatever you want to call them, fanboys. I call myself a viewer. I don't consider myself a fan just off the literal definition of it. I am a viewer. I'm nobody's fan. I'm a consistent viewer. I'm a loyal viewer of certain teams, but I'm not a fan. You know, fans, they already don't like Paul Pierce. Why? Because he thrashed Kobe Bryant in the 2008 NBA Finals, and he does not like LeBron James outright. He does not like him. So, when that was revealed, the NBA fan base just shot on him. They shot on him. It wasn't like he lost a game and he was trying to make an injury an excuse, even if he had opportunities to still win. He faked the injury because he had to take a shit. Like, he had to use the bathroom. I wonder how NBA players deal with having to use the bathroom during a 48-minute game. Do you have to, like, time out, bro? I gotta use the bathroom. I wonder how that go. But that's another example. Let's talk about a third example. A third example of where he lies to the public and, you know, nothing happens. You know how the NBA loves to make Kyrie look crazy and like a team cancer and stuff like that? Some people still don't know to this day. They just go by what the television tells them and what the media mainstream media narratives are. Some people still don't know to this day. In 2017, LeBron James got caught trying to trade Kyrie Irving to the Phoenix Suns for Eric Bledsoe and Paul George. And after that happened and Kyrie Irving found out, he told Dan Gilbert, then Cavaliers general manager, that he was going to sit out for the rest of the season and get knee surgery if they didn't trade him immediately, because he basically called his bluff. He basically called LeBron James bluff. And he said, okay, you want to trade me? Okay, the trade didn't fall through. I'm leaving. Or I'm sitting out the rest of the season because you're not finna pawn me out like you do these other niggas just for you to get yourself a ring. So he Dan Gilbert granted his wish and traded him to the Boston Celtics. And ever since then, 4 years standing, ongoing, the media still puts this image on Kyrie Irving. This is where all the hate comes from for Kyrie Irving from the mainstream media, just because he left LeBron James high and dry. But they make it seem like, oh, he was toxic and LeBron James didn't want to play with him and he just left. No, LeBron James is a snake and he tried to trade him. So he called his bluff and said, all right, fuck you, I'm gone. And left his ass, and he got swept the next year. So, and not to mention him, you know, I'm not no 100% supporter of nobody, but you know, Kyrie Irving, he has his beliefs in, you know, he says he's a Muslim, but some of his other beliefs coincide with the Kemetic mystery school system and, you know, all that stuff. I don't necessarily agree with him with that, but he is an independent thinker. I respect that. I respect his stance on the vaccine. I respect his stance on him being him doing what he did after LeBron James tried to trade him. And I just respect him speaking his mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, considering all these things that just occurred around LeBron James, all these things that occurred with LeBron James, but specifically this COVID situation, there could be lawsuits from NBA players and NBA teams to the NBA, the league, period. Because this dude, LeBron James, basically runs the NBA. We already, people have heard the nickname coined for LeBron James, LeGM. And people think that's a joke. It's very real. Him and Adam Silver, he got Adam Silver right in his back pocket. LeBron James runs the NBA, bro. And that's one of the main reasons NBA fucking trash right now. Kyrie could sue the NBA. For what? For the shit that's going on right now. He could sue the NBA. Either they're letting a player who has COVID, because I don't believe what ESPN is saying, because the NBA, ESPN is owned by Disney, and you know Disney basically run everything right now. So either he, like I said, either he's lying, either he has COVID and they let him play, or he lied about having COVID to load manage this re-aggravated abdominal injury that he has. It's either one or the two. It's either one or the two. It's either one or the two. I don't believe LeBron James. He is a pathological liar. He has the media in his pocket. He got the league in his pocket. Come on, man. Like, so, you know, exceptions for exceptional people. Do you all have any comments on this? Could you name an instance where there was a just case of unfairness or an exception for an exceptional purpose? Can you name an instance where you've been in a situation where there was an unjust case of exceptions for exceptional people? Let me know. I'm going to put those articles in the description below. I'm going to put the post that I just made up on Instagram in the description below. You can like, comment, and share that. Repost it on your stories. Do whatever you want with it. Show it to your people. Yeah, man, just let me know what you think. I'm going to have some videos for y'all, some upcoming videos for y'all in the midst of the weekend also. So, you know, let me know what you think. And I'm out.